Welcome to Shine.fm's A Closer Look podcast, going a little deeper into the hearts and lives of the artists you hear on Shine.fm. What? I am muted. Hi, George.
What's up, Megan? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How's Chicago?
Oh, it's good. I mean, see, with the quarantine and everything with work, I'm driving up to the station 3 days a week, and then 2 days a week I'm at my home in Indiana. So I'm like driving back and forth between Indiana, Illinois, and the different like regulations between the two states. And so
that's crazy. That's amazing. Because I'll be coming up to Indiana like just regularly up to Brownsburg. Are you anywhere close to Brownsburg?
Brownsburg, is that like the Indy area?
Yeah, it's kind of just outside Indianapolis and stuff.
Okay. I haven't been to Indy recently, but yeah, I'm familiar with the Indy area.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad you're doing well. You're staying safe. You know, you've been good.
Yes. I mean, I've got a wedding this weekend. Not me, but I'm in a wedding.
What are you doing here? I was going to kick you off. I was about to say, hey, listen, I'll take over the show today, okay?
It's like, George is taking my place. I'm getting married. No.
Yeah. She's getting married. Let's get out of here.
I'm getting my friend married this weekend. So we'll see how that goes. Because that's going to be, I don't know, about 100 people, maybe about 75 people, depending on how many people do come. But like, ooh, it's a big gathering.
That's a big gathering these days, you know? I'm like,
it is.
No, that's awesome. Thanks for doing this and, you know, for reaching out and you know, for us jumping on here. And
absolutely. So you've been in Christian music for 20 something years.
Yeah.
What's it now? Yeah. What's it now like to be putting out your own music?
It's fantastic. It's been, it's cool. You know, I've got to tour with a lot of different people, a lot of different guys over the years. And I've been a part of a few different bands. And I guess when I finished with the band, you know, the last band I was in probably was the Tribe, the World Rap Message Tribe up in Manchester. And then, you know, from then on, I was writing for a lot of other people. And I always felt like my role was to support other people put out their music. And so I got to tour with Matt Redman for a very long time, with Chris Tomlin and Passion. And you know, and then I guess God just starts giving you your own song. The stuff just starts to bubble to the top. And a few years back, Tooth and Nail, you know, one of the A&Rs at Tooth and Nail, John Hartley, we're good friends. So he was like, hey, mate, do you want to do a record? I was like, yeah, let's do it. You know, I think God was doing some amazing stuff in my life, and I just felt I had some songs in me that I wanted to share, you know, and just share about my story and my journey and stuff. So that's how it came to be.
Awesome. So you lived or have lived in 5 different countries throughout your career. Now, which one have you lived in the longest?
Oh, so I would have to say the UK.
Okay.
Oh, no. It's kind of like head-to-head with Zimbabwe and the UK.
Okay.
So I grew up in Zimbabwe, you know, a country in Southern Africa. And so I did my school there. So I was there in Zimbabwe until I was 17. And then I lived in England for about 17 years. Oh my gosh, I'm getting old. Yeah, so it's kind of England and Zimbabwe.
Okay, so now where are you at in the U.S.?
So I'm in Nashville, just outside Franklin. Love it here. It's a great place to live. Got a lot of great friends. It's just a great city. A lot of music, a lot of vibe. It's changing a lot. A lot of people moving to town. You know, they say it's one of the fastest growing cities in the U.S. So it's cool to be on that wave, but not with the house prices. So, so you know, we got to get on the property ladder.
Yeah. And so you have a wife and 2 girls. How old are they?
So my wife, Lucy, we've been married 18 years.
Okay.
So she's British. She's from the southern part of England. English Rose, I'll call her. And then we've got 2 girls. Savannah is 8. And Summer is 5 years old. So,
their names are so pretty.
Thank you, Megan. So yeah, I'm in a house full of girls.
Oh, how fun! Do you have any pets?
No, not yet.
Okay,
but like the push is coming. So
because I'm the same way. I'm a house full of girls. My dad is the only guy. We got a dog a while ago, and she was a female dog. So even then, Dad was totally outnumbered.
How does he cope?
He does somehow.
That's fantastic. That's awesome.
So, I read that you also, as you are you're doing your own music, you're a songwriter too, but you also mentor other musicians. So how do you do that? Like what's involved with like how you mentor others?
I mean, you know what? It's just a relationship in it, just being alongside people. When you've been in the game for a little bit and been around, you learn a few things and, you make a lot of mistakes and just how you navigate in the music industry or just in life, And so one thing that happened for me, when I was growing up, I always had some good people around me who could speak into my life and also help to make mistakes or when I did make a mistake, like they were just kind of there to help me along. And so for me, I just love people. I'm a people person. And so if there's any way I can share any information or anything that I've learned or any, then I want to do that. And I also think that's what Jesus requires from us, right? For us to get alongside people and to walk with people in relationship. And it's always a two-way thing. I think when you're mentoring people, you're leading them, but like you're leading yourself too. You're always challenging yourself. So yeah, I just love that. Just getting alongside guys and seeing them exceed at what they do and help them, hopefully point them in the right direction.
Awesome. With Heaven's Symphony, can you share a little bit about the story behind the song?
Yeah, so we were living in Germany at the time when I wrote that song. So I would come out quite a lot to the US, and I've got a couple of friends. Matt Armstrong, he's an amazing songwriter from Nashville. He's written a lot of big songs with Chris, and then there's another girl. There's a friend of mine, a girl called Caitlin Clampett. She's a phenomenal songwriter as well. She's more kind of the country vibe, and so yeah, we got together in a room, and at that time, me and my family were kind of in that place where we were trying to make a decision whether to move from Europe over to the US, and, with any big move or anything like that, there's a lot going on. There's a bit of anxiety and fear that can creep in. Am I making the right decision? Is this, and so your mind can become like a chaotic place. And so I feel the song came out of Zephaniah 3:17, just the truth of the word saying God is with us through it all, and that he's always singing a song of peace, of love, of kindness over us. And so when we got in the room, that's what we were talking about. And we just needed something calming. And the song that came out was just a calming song, just to encourage people that God is always working in our life. He's speaking to us. And so that was helpful for me writing that song, but also walking through what I was walking. It was really true for my transition. Lord, just still my heart. Let me hear your voice. Lead me in this new season, in this new chapter. So that's where the song came from, a bit of a story.
So you wrote that song while you were in the process of moving? We
hadn't moved yet.
Oh, you hadn't moved yet. Okay.
So we were thinking about moving. So I was in Nashville just writing. So I would come over here and do work. So I was back and forth. So I would fly back and forth. And part of us moving was because, a lot of the work I was doing was over here in the US. So I would be flying that transatlantic flight 3 times a month sometimes.
Okay.
It was taking its toll. And so we just felt like God was saying, hey, listen, maybe your next season is in the US. And so, the song came out of what I was journeying while I was here in Nashville writing. And so I'm glad that it's a song that helped me.
Yeah.
During that time.
So in the season of life that we're in now, what do you hope this song will encourage others, or like, how do you hope that it will encourage others in their journeys?
It's been a crazy year this year, just for COVID, this pandemic that's affected everyone. And it's chaotic for people. I feel like everything seems just not stable, shakeable. But I just hope that like people can listen to God's voice because he's the only unshakable thing. He's a firm foundation. And I feel that even through this time, just to know that the Father has got you. Some of the feedback that I've had back, people just saying, man, this song has just brought peace into my home. It's just kind of helped me to know that, hey, I'm not alone. I'm not walking alone through this time, that there's a God who loves me, that there's a God who's walking with me. He's leading me through this time. And so I hope that it's brought peace to people and encouraged people to know that, hey, you're loved and you're held no matter what you're going through. So.
Thank you. I read that in an interview where you talked about doubt. You expressed that, you always look back and see how God has been a part of your life and how it's brought you to now. And I just think that's so cool. I think that's hard sometimes, like when you're in a season of doubt and it's like, oh, I don't know where God's taking me. But when you look back, that's pretty cool.
It's amazing. I mean, God is a God of track record. If we look at his track record, he's faithful. He's been good to all of us. I'm sure for you, Megan, you can think of times when, you didn't know where you're going and you just didn't know what was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And now we're all where we're at and we're like, oh my gosh, you look back and you go, Lord, now I see your fingerprints all over my life. I see, how you opened that door. I see how you protected me from that. I see how you led me to make this decision. And so I feel like when the more you've seen of God, the more you know too. Like, it's like, I know there's doubt now, but I'm like, God, I know you can do it. I know you'll see me through. You've always been good. You've always been faithful. So I feel like, looking back sometimes is good. You just reminded when that doubt comes, when you're facing another challenge, like, hey, God, you're a God of track record. I can count on you. So that's kind of how I view things now.
I love that. All right, now a question for fun. Not that these weren't for fun, but who is your favorite artist that you've had the pleasure to work with?
Man, I'd have to say it's Matt Redman. He's the funniest guy. Everybody, he is so sarcastic. It's ridiculous. He's so full of jokes. I just love him. We've done a lot of life together. I think I've traveled with him for over 20 years now, and he's godfather to my kids, and I'm really close to his family. And so, I just love, he's been a mentor without being a mentor.
Okay.
Not that he's like speaking, well, I hate George. I've just been encouraged seeing how he's navigated being a leader and the songs that he's written for the church, how he just doesn't sing the songs, but he lives it, and I've seen how he is with off stage, with his family, with people and stuff. And that's been encouraging. And I just feel Matt has been, and then Chris Tomlin, obviously, like, he's awesome as well. So I just feel privileged that I've got to be around some amazing people and be part of their lives and journey with them.
Awesome. We're excited to watch your career. And thanks, I'm just so thankful for this time today and get to know you a little better.
Thank you, Megan. And, I hope that you're well, stay safe, and hey, what's the weather like in Chicago right now?
Well, right now it is a little bit like it's off and on rainy, kind of warm, pretty warm. Right. And then, off and on rainy. So
okay, well,
the power went out like 5 times last night.
No.
Yeah. That's
terrible. Well, it's very hot here. So, trying to stay out the sun.
Yes.
It's crazy. But so good to catch up with you. And
absolutely.
Thank you for this opportunity and just to get to meet you.
Thanks for listening to A Closer Look. For more content like this, subscribe to the Shine.fm podcast channel from Olivet Nazarene University.